The Babysitters Club gets a call from the Mancuzis, who are a couple with about 20 different animals. Kristy doesn't like the idea of pet sitting. This is a Babysitters Club, not a Pet Sitters Club. Babies are not the same as pets. For one thing, pets are way easier to potty train.
Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review.
Conveniently for the plot, Jessi has the week off from ballet in the Braddocks, so she has more than enough free time to take the pet-sitting job. She meets all the animals. The 3 dogs are the main ones that she deals with. They like to chase squirrels, and whenever they start running, Jessi falls over. The 5 cats yowl angrily at Jessi whenever they're hungry, which means they yowl all the time. The parrot likes to quote old TV commercials, and the turtles and rabbits exist. The other babysitters bring kids over to see the pets. For example, Claudia shows up with Jamie and Nina. The kids are afraid of guinea pigs because they're beasties from outer space. No, that's not guinea pigs, that's the Ginyu Force. Easy mistake. At the next club meeting, Claudia is reading Nancy Drew number 30. She complains she's got 1 more paragraph left. Marianne assures her, you can always skip the last paragraph of a Nancy Drew book, since they're just an advertisement for the next book of the series. Marianne says this like the Babysitters Club books don't have any advertisements at the end. And furthermore, here's the last page of the Nancy Drew book in question. See how it's mostly blank? I don't see any advertisement. And I don't see why Claudia is struggling to finish this page in time. Clearly, Anne Martin did not bother to check the end of Nancy Drew number 30 before deciding to insult it. Sorry for the long digression about Nancy Drew. Let me get back to the graphic novel review. Kristy's older brother Charlie has been mean lately. Kristy takes it out on her friends by being extra bossy. As club president, it's her job to boss everyone around and enact tariffs whenever she feels like it. Just kidding. As president, it's her job to run meetings and have ideas. The other girls complain that's not fair, because they all contribute good ideas to the club. Marianne says she had an idea in book 1. Claudia says she had an idea in book 1, and so did Stacy. That's great. But have they had any good ideas recently? The girls complain about how hard their jobs are. Dawn has to spend money. Oh no! Claudia has to answer phone calls. The horror! Marianne has to keep track of every single person's schedule as well as the client contact information. Okay, that's legitimately tough. But still, a cell phone with a scheduling app would solve all of their problems. Kristy is all, fine, you don't think I have enough ideas? Here's an idea. Everybody has to fill out a club notebook checklist now. Ha ha ha! Marianne takes the Perkins girls to visit the animals. Marianne is terrified of the snake. There's a lot of drama when the snake gets loose after Marianne opens its cage. Why did Marianne open the snake cage if she's terrified of snakes? That was a dumb move on her part. Humorously, the little girls are braver than the babysitters, and they help find the lost snake. Kristy starts the next club meeting by showing off the notebook checklist. Oh sure, double down on the thing which caused a huge fight last time. I'm sure that will go well. Claudia throws a fit because Kristy put the checklist in the wrong spot. They wrestle over the paper, and it gets ripped in half. A furious Claudia declares, Kristy, you're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big. Claudia demands to have new club elections. Jessi and Mallory purposely stay out of the argument because they don't have any jobs, and they feel super awkward getting into a fight with the cool older girls. Kristy says they can't have the election until Saturday because a client might call during the voting. That's a pretty weak excuse, if you ask me. I think they should have the election right away. It could be done in less than 5 minutes. Easy. At the next club meeting, everybody's silent and angry. Kristy says she made voting ballots for the election. The other girls explode with anger because, oh my gosh, Kristy's making decisions without consulting them again. I should note that none of the girls have seen the ballots yet. They still start a huge fight over the ballots. Mary Ann starts crying, and Dawn runs away. It's a disaster of a meeting. They disagree so much on the voting ballots, it's like they need to vote on how to vote. The election gets delayed a day when one of the hamsters bites Jessi. Jessi and her mom take the hamster to the vet, who tells them that it's a female hamster who's about to give birth. That's why she is so large and antisocial. Finally, they have the club election. The girls all work together on the election. Kristy makes the ballots, Claudia makes a ballot box, and Mary Ann has helpful advice with the tiebreaker rules. The girls work together so well that it's not a huge surprise when everyone votes the exact same way. They all vote to keep the jobs they already have, because they're good at their jobs, and changing things would be a hassle. Kristy babysits Jackie Radowski. She tries to help him when he screws up a class project, but she only makes things worse. Kristy learns the lesson that it's wrong to be bossy and take control of other people all the time. She apologizes to everyone, and they have a group hug. It's nice, but I can assure you that Kristy will soon forget her lesson about not being bossy. Her very next book is about her forcing the others to go along with her latest babysitting project idea. Things go back to normal. Jessi watches the pets one last time, and the hamster babies are born. Mallory and Jessi both get to keep a hamster baby as a pet. The end. Post-book follow-up. Here's a clip from my review of the original book.
I don't want to be mean here, but the whole animal storyline is pretty boring. Jessi feeds the animals and takes them for walks, and that's about it. There's not a whole lot you can do with animals.
The good news is that in a graphic novel, you can see the cute animals all the time. That's an improvement. But alas, the animals still don't do anything besides get fed. The cats definitely could have gotten their own story, right? The bunnies and fish barely appear, and I actually forgot there were turtles until I saw one on the cover. The club fight storyline dominates the book to the point where it would be more accurate if it was called Jessi and the Club Election. I liked the club fight, it was definitely entertaining. I feel bad for liking a book where the girls insult Kristy constantly, but it's the truth. I like how the fight is not one-sided, and how it pokes fun at Claudia and Kristy for not having important jobs. Since Jessi and Mallory stay out of the fight, it was a good idea to have one of them as the main character. On the other hand, that's also a drawback. Since Jessi's not part of the fight, she's not all that involved in the main story of her own book. I'll rate this graphic novel 1 point higher than the original, as it's slightly better because you get to see the cute animals. In both cases, it's the same flawed pet story, which is supported by a better election story, and the two kind of cancel each other out, in my opinion. I give Babysitters Club graphic novel number 18, Jessi Ramsey, Pet Sitter, a 6 out of 10.